We wanted some coffee and a couple of slices of pie. Is that all right?
No, these are whites-only pies.
But do you have any Negro pies?
Hey, Claude, come on now. This woman ain't got the recipe to no Negro pie. Where would she get that recipe? Another establishment, we can get us some pie or something. Come on, how far is it the next
35
town?
miles.
Yeah, come on, let's go down.
I'm not driving no 35 miles to get no pie. Lady, ma'am, okay? Now, we want some pie, okay? We are hungry, okay? We want, Billy, we want some pie.
Let me take care of this.
Why somebody got to die because you want some pie?
Let me take care of it.
That's...
Look here, look. We from New York. My name Ray Gibson, okay? Let's talk turkey. How much it gonna cost to turn one of them white-only pies into nigger pie?
How about I turn y'all into nigger pie?
So you say about 35?
35 miles.
Okay, maybe we find another establishment down the road, where, we won't have a problem.
We want to...
I don't care who you are, what you doing, that scene will forever be funny. I want to welcome you all to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep in partnership with Hooked Seafood. Go to 23091 Emory Road, Warrensville Heights, Ohio. That boy Chef DV, he got the big catfish. He got that shrimp po' boy. He got that Rasta pasta. And he got that big Philly, that big hooked Philly. That's one of my favorites, the big hooked Philly. It's a sandwich on that Cliff Huxtable hoagie bun stuffed with that chicken and them onions and them peppers and that ranch sauce on top. Ooh, it smell good, taste good, and feel good. But yeah, go ahead, holler at Chef DV. Tell him Coach E sent you. Tell him, go ahead, Coach E sent you.
Yeah,
I
man.
am your local.
Oh, my bad. I because you said that, it made me, a listener came up to me and told me they stopped through there, and it's so funny that you talked about that chicken Philly. He said the chicken Philly. It's like, yeah, he can mess with it. He messed with it. He said he gonna definitely go back. So, yeah.
Whoever you are, brother, thank you, and continue to go ahead. Try a different menu part. Whatever time you go, try a different one on the menu. Guarantee you're going to be satisfied as that big Philly. But I am your local neighborhood high school football coach, strength coach at Twinsburg High School football program, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach, also, most importantly, co-CEO, El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep, head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. It is a special contest going on, people. We know you love debate, right? And we know you love this show, right? So go to Instagram, inbox me at BIGEV216. Give me a topic that you want to talk about. Tell me what you want to say about that topic and give me your best argument. The best person that gives me the best argument, best presentation, we're going to go ahead and give you a segment on the show so you can come through and debate with three of the best. Good luck to you. Also, to watch this show, go to YouTube, type in the search bar, Coach E Game for All Seasons, and this will pop up. That episode that I did with Chef DV, ooh-wee, that's on there. Y'all can see me eat the food I was just talking about and what Zen just referred to. You can email this show at gameforallseasons@gmail.com. And go ahead, download this podcast wherever you get your podcast from. We got all that business out the way, y'all. Now it's time to start the show. That was just for the Browns conversation we're going to get to later on. I was just trying to set the mood. Don't trip.
Okay.
I got two assistant coaches with me on the left and my right. Left-hand side. I'm sorry, Zen. That was also for the Guardians today. Guardians Zen, what's going on, brother?
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, we made it to the playoffs. The improbable road that we took to make it there, so I'm good with that. Yeah, and we ran up against an ace in Scuba this afternoon. Something else, the Major League Baseball, 1 o'clock starts. No.
Horrible.
Folks at work. We want to watch the game.
Right.
Don't do us like that in Major League Baseball. Oh, man, come on, man. Do better. But yeah.
I got to throw another thing in there with that. On top of that, y'all know what my day job is. I'm out here driving, and what so happens, I'm downtown at that time. Whole day just thrown off. I'm trying to get back early. Now we got the Guardians traffic going in downtown. I'm trying to get out downtown. Just like you said, Major League Baseball, stick yourself.
For real, for real. But yeah, my Gardos gonna make a comeback for the ages. So look forward to that over the next couple of days. But what's good, fellas?
A couple things. Not the Guardians, but hey, it's all right. Game 2 tomorrow. On the right-hand side, we got Toboggan Beanie. What's that? A powder thing on top of your head? BC? What's up, BC Powderhead Scully Hand?
Man, it's the same powder that's right behind you, too. Purgatory. We love it. So, E, cue the music up, man. We going to Conspiracy Island real quick. I got to talk about something. Go ahead. Conspiracy Island. Conspiracy Island. So, since E is late with the music, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So, it's one thing, man. I'm taking y'all OJ style to Conspiracy Island, man. The world sleep, eyes wide shut. It's people that run this world, and they tell people what they doing. So when they tell people what they doing, they put little clues for folks. It's like they little markers, like the number 33. I want y'all to start looking for the number 33 in these news stories, and you will see a lot of 33. That's the marker. So one of which is I'm gonna talk about is Charlie Kirk. Real quick, real brief.
Ooh, we going there, huh?
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop one thing on you. See, the wife had a little interesting ring with a G on it. Had all the Conspiracy Island folks. We was digging for stuff. Of course, we found a couple things. So one thing they like to do is predictive programming. There you go. Bring it on. So the predictive programming to tell you when something about to happen sometime in the future. The Simpsons is good for that. So it was a movie. Oh, and plus, that venue where the memorial service was at, it was already rented out back in May for a memorial service on September 21st. But we ain't talking about that. So the thing is one of my favorite movies, Snake Eyes, back in the late 90s. Nick Cage, he's sitting on the thing like this. That's one of the symbols on the cover. And in this movie, it was centered around a political figure getting assassinated at a boxing match. Well, guess what the political figure's name was? Charles Kirkman. And guess who the boxer in the fight was? It was Tyler, the executioner, who was the name of the so-called shooter. So it's just, I'm sure, some people be like, oh, well, that's just coincidence. But look, we ain't talking to them. We gonna just say, look, sheep, people don't be sheep, man. Just when you see some stories out here, and the 33, where did that come into play? Well, the shooter was caught 33 hours after the assassination. So always look for that 33. But it's not your boy, it's your favorite grown-ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons, and we are decoding all of the conspiracies one at a time. Mr. Taboo Timmons, what's up, fellas? I just had to drop that knowledge on y'all for a second.
I want to know where's the 33 when it comes to these Browns? Where's the 33 when it comes to
We'll be on our 33rd quarterback soon. Huh? No, it's more than that.
The amount of points we scored in the first 3 games, a grand total of 33.
Oh man, look, I know you gonna start it off, Coach E. Coach E.
Oh yeah, I was trying not to, but I ain't got no choice, huh? Got to be a man about it.
Yeah, we all taking whoopers today. Come on.
Hey, last 2 weeks been rough on the brother, man. Another loss by the Twinsburg Tigers. We are now 4-2. We lost 35-0 to Hudson, that other team up the road, that other team on the border of Twinsburg, and didn't go so well. Started off kind of slow, and then they started off pretty fast. Their star running back actually was hurt. His ankle didn't feel too good, I suppose. In warm-ups, we saw him limping around. He had a nice ankle brace on, kind of like really, really high to the bottom of his shin. So we thought, oh, okay, he ain't playing today. He ended up playing a little bit, but they actually did a little damage with everybody else. So the whole team came to play on Friday. The whole Hudson team, I would say. The Twinsburg Tigers, I think we should have stayed in the locker room and prayed on a victory, because we probably would have been closer to one than we was actually playing the game. So we going through a nice little stretch where we like the Browns, 0 points in the last 2 games, but that all has a chance to turn around this Friday. This Friday, Nordonia, they coming into Tiger Country. It is homecoming weekend too, so you can't lose on no homecoming, man. Then you really gonna hear the end of it. You really not gonna hear the end of it. So we got to bounce back in a major way, man. It's kind of personal. We got two former Nordonia players on our team. We got one of the old coaches over here with us too. So it's kind of like the Bedford situation where all of us came from Bedford and now we got the Nordonia side where two of them came from Nordonia and then one of the coaches came from Nordonia. So it's kind of personal. We got to zero back in. Had 2 decent days of practice so far. Looking to follow it up with the rest of the week so we can turn this intensity up and get back to our winning ways, man. Got to keep things going.
What happened, Coach E?
Yeah,
With
just
such a hot start, I had so much promise for
Man.
y'all, and I'm looking
I
for
was
great
already-
things, and then two zeros, man, 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard, man. What's going on?
not just 2 goose eggs. We can't just throw the offense under the bus because we ain't stopping a nosebleed or a fly coming out somebody's ass. So we all need to get our shit together at the end of the day. Just 2 bad team losses, man. We are not playing complimentary football. Special teams, we end up having a kickoff return for a touchdown directly after halftime when we just addressed that they were going to try to take it back to the house. And that's exactly what they did. So lack of focus, lack of intensity, a couple brain farts here and there. And there you go with a 39-0 loss and then another 35-0 loss. So it's just adding up. We got to pay more attention to detail. Got to get back to our winning ways. Got to get back to our good practice habits consistently. So once we do that, we'll be back on that winning train. But it ain't too late now. We still got a lot of football left. It's week 7. So we'll have 3 more games left in the regular season. We still in the playoff hunt. Well, we still are in the playoffs. So we still got a lot of football left to play, man. Everybody got a hiccup. We just going to correct it. That's all. Still got the confidence in us now. Don't
All
bury
right.
us.
Now, the reason I asked is because Hudson, that wasn't on our bingo board. That wasn't Wadsworth we knew about. Like, okay, all right, y'all gonna have to get it together for Wadsworth. All right. But Hudson, I wasn't expecting Hudson. So is Hudson on the same tier as a Wadsworth, or what's going on?
Yeah, probably like a half a step under. They always been good. We ain't beat Hudson in 12 years. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
just Hudson has been a good program too the last couple of years. As a matter of fact, the last playoff game that we had at Bedford when Charles was the head coach, we lost to Hudson in that playoff game. So a nice little history with Hudson. Good program. Always got size, good athletes. You wouldn't expect it, but they do. It's a nice mixture. It ain't all this side of the palm. It ain't all of that, So it's a little sprinkle here and there, but they definitely are a good program, man.
Okay. Now Nordonia, I know we know that's the school that Denzel Ward comes out of. So are they on that tier as well?
Yeah, we've been going back and forth with them the last couple of years at Bedford with me, and then them with Twinsburg as well. They split each other 1-1 last season. They lost to Nordonia in the regular season, but then end up beating Nordonia in the playoffs. So it's been going back and forth with them throughout the year. So Nordonia has had a good program the last couple of years too.
Okay. All right. And
This
it wasn't the
is-
case. It wasn't a case of cats starting to feel themselves.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Honestly, they are kids, and they did read the press clippings, and they did look at the bar stools on Instagram and the compliments from the fans and the parents and the brothers and sisters and the friends at school and the teachers at school. So yeah, they started smelling themselves. That's a little humble pie.
Okay.
Apple pie.
Look, Coach E, I'm gonna need a text whether y'all win or lose. I'm going. Look,
My bad, man. My bad.
He said no.
that's the first thing. I'll be like, I'll wake up Saturday
I'm like-
morning. I'll be like, you know what? He ain't text me today. You know
Like-
what? Let me see what happened.
As soon as you see what happened, whoa, that's why he ain't tell.
Oh man. Look, hey, I think last pod was called Friday Night Struggles to Sunday Wins. This is gonna be Friday night struggles to Sunday afternoon struggles, right?
Weekend struggles.
Hey,
Just
but
overall weekend struggles. You right, B.
I do gotta add a bright spot into
All
this
right.
thing. So it wasn't
Please.
all weekend struggles. We had that go on, whatever you want to call that Friday night. Saturday, Tacos and Tequila came to Cleveland for the first time, and it was a nice music festival for our genre, our age group. So we went shout out to Shayla, Ramon's wife. It was her birthday. So we Shayla, Sharon, me went out there to Avon, all the way to Avon, to the Crusher Stadium, baseball stadium, minor league for the Guardians. So it's a taco and tequila fest with special music guests. So Young Jock I'm sorry. Petey Pablo started it off, then Young Jock, then Mike Jones, then Paul Wall, then then Twister, then Chingy, then who else was it? Oh yeah, then Genuine, then Fat Joe, then Lil John. So it was a nice little order and a nice little concert going on, man. Had a nice groove going. Prices were through the roof for drinks of that tequila out there, but hey, it is what it is. But we had a ball, man. Nice, safe environment. Everybody was taking it easy. I will tell you this: weed is 100% legal in Ohio because they had a tent on the infield where they were selling the blunt wraps.
What?
Boy, you would have thought, a tent. Like,
wow.
Just like how you can just go buy a beer at the bar tent, you can just go buy a blunt wrap at the freaking blunt table. Next thing you know, cats rolling about 10 blunts right in front of the police, right in front of the sheriff, right in front of everybody.
Man.
Didn't do nothing. So I'm talking about Chingy came out on stage, right? He said, "Oh man, it's legal in Cleveland like this?" Oh,
he's like, "Where am I? Am I Amsterdam? Wherever."
Wait a minute, I was supposed to make a stop then before coming through here.
Duh, I'm talking about it was crazy, just weed smoke everywhere. And matter of fact, it was so thick and so prevalent. We was riding home. I'm like, God, dog, I still smell weed. It's in our clothes, right? So we drive all the way from Avon, wake up in the morning, like, dang, I still smell weed. Sharon called me this morning on her way to work. I got to roll all my windows down. It still smelled like weed in my car. That's how strong it was, man. It was crazy. But everybody had a great time, man. We thinking we go all the way out to Avon. For people that don't know, from where I live out here in Bedford to drive to Avon, about 40-45-minute drive. So you thinking you're not about to see too many people, you know you're going to see somebody, but I'd be damned if as soon as we hit the gate, I don't see my sister-in-law's brother. And then it just kept going from there. We seen about 10, 12, 15 people we knew in the first hour and a half. So it was a nice time, man. Everybody enjoyed themselves. So they going to do it again next year. So it's a festival that goes city to city. And this was the first time that it stopped here. So Cleveland is on the stop for next year. Just don't have no date yet. But if y'all listening, go next year, man. It was real fun. I really appreciate it. So that was a little happiness in the middle of the Friday night trash and then the Sunday afternoon trash. So that Saturday, it was good. And O State won. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. Alabama won too, man. Beat Georgia. That's what I'm talking about.
I saw Mel Senior. He was like, yeah, man, we won. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what's up with your boys? Like, oh, we won this one.
I was like, at least for one Saturday, man, I can gloat.
And you know what, Zen? I want to thank you, but not thank you for ruining our offensive lineman's head frame, because now they think we should put a play in for that tackle screen that y'all ran and he had such a big success with. So thank y'all for ruining these kids' heads thinking they can do that. Proctor is a once in a time athlete. Man. That's a big boy that got soft hands, paws, that ran pretty good on that screen. So that was a hell of a play by him. But come on now, these kids crazy thing.
They got that from Stavansky. That's a Stavansky play.
I bet they did. That's
remember he ran it last week. He was going ballistic.
No.
Wasn't that the
He
tackle
ran
screen?
tackle eligible. They literally ran a
No.
tackle screen.
Yeah.
You know how Detroit
Yeah.
be running the screens for the running backs and stuff?
Yeah.
They ran that for their tackle. That
Yeah.
was
I was trying to remember. Didn't Michael Dean Perry, was it Michael Dean? What's one of them big boys used to do that for the back? Wasn't it Michael
No,
Dean
that's a
Perry?
run.
yeah, he
We
was in the
talking about an
backfield.
actual pass play.
No, I know. I thought he did a pass play too. I could have swore I seen
No.
him catch a couple passes. I
Mm-mm.
know I seen some big boys catch some passes before. But yeah, there
No,
you go.
Michael
That's
Dean
that Grace
Perry.
Stefanski coaching.
Michael Dean
I-
Perry used to line up in the backfield at fullback and take the handoff. He ain't never been out
That's a lot
wide
of
to catch
beef.
no screen. Pause.
That's a lot of beef. Pause. A lot of beef. My goodness.
Yeah. I ain't gonna front. Kalen DeBoer has some Kevin Stefanski in him in his play calling. I'd be like, man, stop being cute. just
Just do it.
yeah, just do the simple things, man. Run the ball. It's 3rd and short. Hey, get it to the running back, man. So,
Please.
yeah. Because I was like, I'm sitting there like, why he ran that play, and I'm glad it was successful. At the same time, I was just like, yo, this is just gonna make you think I should keep running stuff like this, or you opening up your playbook for situations that don't necessarily call for that. It didn't. The situation didn't really call for that tackle screen. Like, oh, you emptying out, like you trying to throw something that's not, like we wasn't doing something. We was moving the ball up and down the field. We was doing our thing. Why are we needing to just come out of nowhere, out of left field with this? Like, hey, stick to what's working. Then if something's not working, we need to switch things up and mix it up a little bit with something different to throw them off. Then we throw in that. But I was like, it worked. So we
Was it
won.
successful?
You can't
What-
really get
What was the
to,
outcome of the tackle screen? What was the outcome?
man, he almost scored a touchdown.
How many yards he get?
About 10 or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got tackled
Nope.
at like the 1 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
like, he
That's
was
strong
very-
willing.
He's very athletic. He was very slight of foot.
Wow, that's
Ain't
like my
nobody could
cousin,
bring
man.
him down, man. He
Right.
360 B. He 360. He lowered that shoulder. Nobody
man.
stood a chance.
That's like my cousin. I ain't gonna name his name, but that fat fucker can run. I mean, he can run up and down the court, run all around. He can run. Escalade.
Hey, one more thing before we move on, man. Hey, B, this is a performance I caught on video when we was at the concert.
Yeah.
I think you used to listen to this in the car by yourself.
Oh, is that Chingy?
Yeah, one call away. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
You look like
Chingy.
you was in light skin heaven with the windows down, listening to that every single
No,
Sunday.
man. Chingy was annoying as hell. Was that Chingy? That was a Chingy
Yeah, it
song?
was.
Yeah, he was annoying.
was.
He was
But you
annoying.
know what's so crazy? He got like a huge response from everybody.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I
And
totally
one
forgot how many songs he had. He really had like quite a bit of songs.
Did he? I was like, man, I was like, he had one album.
Right. Name 3 of them right now. No
Well,
internet.
let's say he had a lot of features. Let's just say that he had a lot of features.
Oh,
Name
okay.
3 of them right now. No internet. Give me 3 of them.
But
All I-
I'm a baller. That
Okay.
song I just played, One Call Away, and then he was on the Genuine song because he came out with Genuine and performed it. I forgot the name of the song though, but he was
No,
on there with
can't
Genuine.
use it. You got the name, can't use it.
And then right there, of course, everybody knows
No,
right
yeah.
there.
Okay, you got 3. All right, you get a
Yeah.
certificate. You get a certificate.
Of course,
But he-
he got
Go
the
ahead.
joint with our high school classmate, man. Don't forget about that.
Which one was that? I ain't hear that one.
That was his first single off his second album, and I don't ask me what the title. I got the lyrics in my head, the music in my head, but is it "Fly with Me"? Nah, I don't know what it.
Damn, I ain't even
With
know
A
he worked
Marie
with
on the hook that Ty produced.
Yeah, really. Oh yeah, Anne Marie find herself up in the studio. Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
see, that woke him up.
Yeah, with them legs.
Yeah.
I'm a leg man. I'm a leg man. The wife knows I'm a leg man.
Oh man. So hopefully they do it closer than Avon. Maybe it got generated enough buzz they can move it in a little bit closer.
I don't
I
want too
think it
many
was just like
y'all.
the timing. Yeah, that too. The timing and the venue availability. I think that was like the only venue that would have been available for like an outside thing.
Yeah.
I hope so. Hey, Tar City Amphitheater, something like, man, come on, man. Let's bring that
Get a lot of y'alls in, man.
Yeah,
You know,
then it would have
Blossom.
been a lot of
y'all.
guns and weed at the
Right. Guns and
Nautical
weed.
Amphitheater.
Okay, Blossom, something, man. Bring it in closer.
I think they ruined. Didn't they ruin Blossom? Something happened in Blossom.
No,
I think it
Lil
was a
Wayne
shooting
was
in
just there.
Blossom. Yeah, something happened there. All right, you got to come back to me on that.
All right. All right. Well, B still repping proud, still standing strong with his Cleveland Browns as they fall to 1-3 this Sunday,
Mhm.
losing to the Detroit Lions 34-10. And we in a battle with Detroit. They just beat us on Sunday, then came back on Tuesday and just beat us in baseball. So they
That's the
up
worst.
now. They up right now on us. But look, things got a chance of looking better, fellas. This week we go to London, go see Big Ben and whatever else they got over there. Hopefully, I don't even know what
That's
is
it.
London known for. I'm sorry. All I know,
Spot of tea.
the
Big Ben,
castles or something. I don't know, man.
right?
But they got to go over there and
British
travel over.
women, and weird dudes with accents. That's and tea. You can't forget British tea. They got
Yeah, that's
tea.
what I said. A spot of tea.
Yeah,
Oh,
spot tea. Oh, that was a good accent. Spot tea.
yeah.
What?
And I drink
And-
English breakfast tea too, and I totally
oh,
forgot about that. But they
Drink
got go
American
over there,
teas, man.
you know, so they go over there. They're gonna play the Minnesota Vikings. Look, probably like the first spot of optimism for like where we can go in and actually win a game. Like you could go in and expect it. You ain't got to go in. Well, if everything goes right and everything and everything. And the reason I say this,
Huh?
it's very winnable because
you talking about Carson Wentz?
you know it. You know it. Because if you need somebody to screw up just as bad as Joe Flacco, it's Carson Wentz. So, hey.
I thought he was playing pretty good the other day. Wait, what'd he do? I ain't finished that game apparently.
But I'm gonna counter you with Joe Flacco messing up with that Brian Flores defense. That's what worries me. And we can't score. They can score, and we can't. And that Brian Flores defense has befuddled a lot of veteran quarterbacks.
Yeah, but look, listen to this line. Two touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You give this defense 2 interceptions. Oh man, I'm feeling good that even Joe Flacco can't even screw it up with the field position off of 2 interceptions.
Killing me with the faces. Hold on. Let me put on my Eeyore coat because apparently Zen is taking the role of the optimistic Winnie the Pooh. I'll put on the Eeyore jacket. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, was there anything from this loss to the Lions that they could go in with a more, I will say this, a more favorable matchup this Sunday to where we could actually get win number 2?
Belt like BTA, belt the ass. That's what we took. Belt to ass. Look, man. Look, Jared Goff only threw for 168 yards. But in this current state, and I'm gonna go ahead and admit it to the high heavens, with Flacco, we cannot win with Flacco. That is my boy. But it made me appreciate Brian and Brady even more for what they do. And I try to put Flacco in that. That's age ain't nothing but a number. But god damn it. He has to come out the game now. Cause then I want to be optimistic, but he's gotta come out the game. Cause right now, the offenses ain't really was killing us. I mean, they scored 34 points, but our offense just can't do nothing. We gotta put somebody else in, man. We can't be nobody the way in Joe Flacco's current state. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what happened to him. What did they say to him? What they do to him? Did the Monstars give him a football and suck his talent? I don't know what the hell happened. But we cannot win with this Joe Flacco. It is not gonna happen. So I want to be optimistic, but his role is ER2. If Flacco take the field, which the fans are trying to will it to be, everybody's yelling and willing it to be Gabriel start the field, get on the field to start. But Stefanski, everything I said officially, Stefanski has said no. Flacco is the guy. And if he's the guy, we are going to lose. We are going to lose.
All right. Well, no, I'm gonna let E go on and touch on this before I say something.
Not only am I going to touch on this, got a couple of rebuttals to ER3. Well, actually 2.5, because he ain't fully ERs in. He just want to do it right now, but
yeah,
he ain't fully crossed over. But
No.
I'm going to let one of my friends, former teammate, former guest on this show, help me make a point that I've been making for year after year after year. Tell him what's going on, G. Bush.
If he's not a motivator, he's not a play caller, his special teams aren't good, he does not make adjustments well after the first drive, he's not an X's and O's guru, his quarterbacks don't ball out, he's the most highly penalized team that they got. What does he do well? Is it because you like him and you think he's in a Sears catalog with his beard? What does he do well? I'm just trying to figure it out. If you could put it in there for me, and I will tell you, Earl, I'll shake your hand. But as far as offense goes, it's high school at best. And when you go back and you watch it, you can continue to count and say it's the linemen, it's the quarterbacks. It's been everybody we've blamed except sitting in front of our mirror and saying, maybe we don't have the coach that we need.
Now, let me know if I'm wrong. How long have I been telling y'all this? Same thing that G. Bush said. Opening script drives. Awesome. After that, he has to coach to what he sees on the field. Horrible. Bernie Kosar even admitted. And Bernie Kosar around here is like, I don't want to say God because I hate that comparison, but it's like a hero around here. He was on record stating that Kevin Stefanski's offense is 1980 football, trying to be passed into a 2025 offense, which will never work in the NFL. This is the quarterback that played 1980s football, so he knows a 1980s offense when he sees one. And how many quarterbacks and how many people and how many Exhibit A, Byron, hates Deshaun Watson. We blamed him. He blamed him. Never once thought about blaming Stefanski for putting him in these horrible situations, like I always said he did, for every single game that Deshaun Watson played. He never called the offense to his strengths, to his athleticism, to anything he does good. Never did it. We can even go back to freaking Baker. He could have been better, but guess who was coaching him when he arrived here? That wasn't all Baker's coach the whole time. But when he arrived here, he could have been a lot better than what he was. But guess who didn't do anything to highlight the strengths of his number one and potential franchise quarterback? Kevin. I have been preaching the same freaking story for year after year after year. And I don't know what this office needs to see in order for him to be let go. I've been calling for his job for at least 3 years now. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be 4. But I know it's been a bare minimum of 3 years when I've been saying, I don't know how he's still here. I don't know why he's still offensive coordinator. I don't know why you hire an offensive coordinator and still allow him to call the plays, which never works for anybody or anything, or whatever he's trying to do never comes off well on the field, on camera, or in the game plan. But it's a lot to you, B, what you were saying. You don't know what happened to Joe. That's what happened to Joe. Just like Rick mentioned it a couple weeks ago, Joe came off the couch and they just did what you said. All right, Joe, just go play. Just go ahead, do your
Mhm.
thing, man. We with you. We gonna let you save us. We riding your back. Blah blah blah. It was not an offense tailored around Joe Flacco. Now this offense is tailored around Joe Flacco by who? Kevin, horrible play caller, not doing anything to Joe's strengths. Joe is actually a better shotgun quarterback nowadays that he's 41 and lost 8 miles an hour on his overall speed, which was already a top speed of 17. So he's down about 7 miles an hour, and he still wants him to come from under center and make a 5 to 7 yard drop and deliver the ball when you're missing your right and your left tackles. Which means, guess what? You're not going to have any time for anything. I don't care who you are as a quarterback. I don't care what league you play in. If you're missing your right and left tackles, starters, you're not going to have any time. So Joe was getting belt to ass in that pocket, B. That's what was
he
happening to
was.
him.
He was.
He was getting
Yeah,
killed. And you
he
said you
was.
think it's time for Gabriel to come in there?
He gonna
No,
get
buddy.
killed.
He will die. He's half the size of Joe, and Joe been getting his ass whooping, getting up slow like
Yeah.
Apollo Creed in the first
Yeah.
round when he was fighting Drago.
Yeah.
So I don't want
He
that little boy to
dies.
go in there and get killed by no Brian Flores defense. I seen what Brian Flores do with all these blitz disguises and all these people rushing and everybody that you thought was rushing, dropping in coverage, and you got to figure it out in the span of 2 seconds. And he ain't never had to calculate no defense like that in real game, NFL speed, time, regular season. So you just got to stick it out with Joe, man. That's the only person that can
Man.
try his best to diagnose that or to try his best to deal with that or try to play chess with Brian Flores because we can't rely on Kevin. We have to rely on the veteran that Joe is in order to put us in the right position. Now, as far as everybody catching the ball, that's another thing that happened to Joe. It
Yeah,
was a lot of
that's true.
drops.
It was.
Lot of drops. And it was a couple passes that were actually right
Yeah.
there that they
Yeah.
dropped. So we can't put everything on Joe. Don't get me wrong. He still threw 2 interceptions. And I'm still going to say he has thrown an interception in every single game this year, a minimum of 1. This is
And
just
now
another game.
touchdowns in every game. I can't
Not at
argue
all.
with you. Right.
So he's living up to the bill, what I thought he was. Kevin's living up to the bill for what I already know he is. And I just had the wrong team that they lost to, but I did have them going 1-3. I just had them losing to the Bengals, but they end up losing to the Lions. So whatever you got, guys, we just got to stick in there. Let's not get too emotional. We know it's not going to be good. We have a chance to try to turn it around. Not this game and not the Pittsburgh game. We got to rely on that Miami game because we saw what happened to Tyreek last night. But other than that, it's going to be a tough one,
Yeah.
guys.
I got something though, because first of all, shout out to Stefanski. He heard you because he gave Junkins 21 carries.
Mhm.
And he did try that. Did try to go run heavy. Now people with this Stefanski. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. Before
No,
I
you
forget,
good. You good.
it pissed me off when we was on the goal line and he waited till freaking 3rd and goal to give him the ball and just go in the end
Yeah.
zone. He tried all these stupid formations and all
Yeah.
the DeBoer stuff you was talking about earlier, Zen.
Yeah.
Exactly. He showed his DeBoer colors in that drive right there and several other times after that. So my bad, B. I just had to throw that in.
No, you good. No, feel free to jump in. But no, I think Kevin got a little PTSD because our backs since Nick Chubb have not been good in those situations. Not even Kareem Hunt. Junkins is special. So hopefully now he can see. Because so far, it's little things that Junkins does and probably don't reach the stat lines or whatever to get him through those holes and to get him those little extra yards. Like I noticed, like he'll just hit it and go. Like so maybe Kevin can start to recognize that, and maybe that's why he gave him those 21 carries. Now, my problem though with some of this Stefanski hate is some people saying his system is too complicated, others saying it's too simple. Bernie trying to call it a 1980s offense, so you saying it's simple or it's complicated? Like, what is he saying by saying that?
He's saying that it's an old football concept in a new generation of football, a new generation of football minds. So if you compare that to LaFleur in Green Bay, and if you compare that to the Rams, help me out with his name. I don't know why I'm drawing
Sean
these
McVay.
blanks like this.
I mean,
Yeah, you compare that to a McVay or hell, what the Detroit Lions do on offense. It's just night and day. You don't see none of those formations with us. You don't see none of those concepts with us. You see no deep routes with us at all. And we have a world-class sprinter that is actually a receiver this time in Bond, where you can use him to get vertical. He never goes vertical. He always goes east and west, whether it's motion or the design play that he's going in to try to catch the ball. So that's what Bernie is saying. It's an old prehistoric brand of football that he's trying to keep alive in this new generation and new era of downfield passing. Sunday night, the game was freaking 40-40. We can't score 40 points with the offense that we run. So that's what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. Because a couple of those deep balls, people dropped too. Like, even Fanning had a key drop. I was like, damn, Fanning. Like, he was doing good. He
But
had a key drop.
that wasn't even really deep, though. That was like a
That wasn't a deep
25-yard
ball?
pass. No, you
Which-
got to think. When the quarterback
Yeah.
receives the ball and takes his drop, that's at least 7 or 8 yards that he's
Yeah.
dropping. So it looks like it's a little bit deeper than natural, but that was like a 20, 25-yard route.
Yeah, okay. And then my last thing with the shotgun, I think the shotgun is his best thing along with play action. But if your two ends is missing, and correct me if I'm wrong, your two ends is missing, you're already back there. No, you don't have to drop back, but don't that make you more of a target because it's harder to hold that wider pocket? If they gonna get beat like that, than to have them have to come inward more in the pocket from the outsides.
No, to actually help you see faster because you don't have to turn your back with the play action that you was talking about. When you
Mhm.
have the play action coming from under the center, you have to concentrate on putting that ball in the running back's belly to make them think that you're actually
Yeah.
running. So now his back is to the defense. So now he has to turn around and look and see what
In slow
happened to the
motion.
defense from the time that he saw it pre-snap. So
Yeah.
shotgun allows you to keep your eyes on the defense at all times and you can actually see them coming. Now, the only thing goes back to Kevin with the route concepts. It has to be quick routes in this situation because of those right and left tackles are gone. But after
Mhm.
you keep hitting those quick routes, what we call those dink and dunks and stuff like that, that'll be
Mhm.
your pseudo running game mixed with Quinshawn because he knows how to run out of shotgun because he came from these college offenses that run out of the shotgun. So you can't use that excuse anymore where people were saying like, "Oh, Nick Chubb never ran out of the shotgun. This is not a good offense for him."
Right.
Quinshawn is a great running back to run out of the shotgun because he has experience from doing that at Ole Miss and at O State. So I think shotgun will be better. And even then, after that, you still can take a 3-step drop from that 5-yard shotgun position to be even back further from that rush that can get there a little bit slower than it will in that play action where you turn your back and then turn around.
Yeah, 'cause it just seemed like these dudes getting there so fast, like, and it's like
They
you
do.
saying, obviously it's the backup ends, but they
Mhm.
back there soon as he do anything, like the drop back, they back there, the shotgun, they back there. And man, at this point, need to throw out the play action. Like, cause I like it, but it's hard for Joe to sell it because ain't nobody biting. They know that he's too slow to turn around and he don't put the ball in their belly as far as other people has done it. You know what I mean? So it's not
Like a
sellable.
Peyton or
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. They had great ball handling. But the
Yeah.
good thing is that Quinshawn is running the way he is. So defenses are gonna have to respect that though. If they do play action with him, they're gonna have to like really kind of slow down and see like, oh damn shit, he don't have the ball. Hit that gear to get back in our pass rush because they had to
Yeah.
slow down to honor him in that run. So with him running the ball the way he does violently and how he's been like on fire running the ball, that helps
Mhm.
the play action, but it's just got to be out of shotgun, man.
No, it does. I'm just last things in, I'll let you take back over. But that's why I'm like, Gabriel maybe could be a little faster. I know the whole reading the thing and reading the defense in the NFL, you are exactly right. They may kill him, but I was hopeful that he could do things a little quicker, maybe be a little more mobile to kind of help in some of them situations. Cause you're right, Joe is taking a beating, man. I'm surprised he ain't signed himself out. I know he tough, and I said it. Joe been tough, but he been getting belt the ass the whole game. And these ain't even stats. They ain't even tracking all the stats. How many times he done got hit, slapped, kicked, thrown. I'm like,
Right.
damn, this man is old.
Nah, you wouldn't say this Sunday, if the offense still looks anemic, that the leash for Flacco wouldn't be shortened just a little bit, just to try something different. Hey, this is Kevin Stefanski, where he's willing to come up with all these other type of, I don't even want to say innovative because they not really working, but different plays, different type plays. I'm like, hey, why don't you want to just, if it's still looking lethargic as it's been looking,
Nah,
want to go ahead and just switch it up, change things up. Let's just see what it might look like.
I thought he been would have did it by now. I'm surprised that he hasn't incorporated both quarterbacks, both rooks, into more of this struggling offense. Like not completely bench Flacco, but just throw little splices here and there just to change something up. I'm surprised.
But at that point, what are we doing then? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, what we
is
doing now?
we're losing, but this is the sad part. Joe still gives us the best chance to win right now
I can
with
understand
this
that.
part of the
Does he?
schedule. Yeah, because
No, I can see where you
what,
coming from.
what is
Yeah.
Gabriel gonna get in there and do?
The same thing.
No, not
Can he
necessarily.
be it?
I
Let
don't
me
even
ask
believe
this.
that.
Can he be any worse than what
Yes.
Flacco is doing?
Yeah.
I find it hard to
Yes.
believe. 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 27.9 QBR rating.
I
It
get
can't
it.
be worse than
It's
that.
still the NFL though, Zen.
It
I mean,
can't be worse. 27.9 B.
he's
Rate
still a
QB
college
rating.
kid.
27.9. It can't get worse.
He's
It
still a
can't be.
college kid. He
Even if
got to
you
get
get
used to it.
28, you doing better than Flacco. Like, man, it
I
can't
feel
be
you.
any worse, man.
I feel
Hey,
you, but it can be. It
Yeah,
can get
and
worse.
I will sit here and spell it out for you how it can be worse. You have to overhaul the offense now. This trash that
Yeah.
Joe is running, Dylan can't run that. He's not 6'6", so he can't have these pockets that Joe has that close very fast, but it is a pocket there to some extent. And when that pocket collapses on Joe, like I said, he's 6'6". Dylan
Yeah.
is 5'9", and he is not a burner. He's not going to run out of trouble either. He's going to run himself further into trouble trying to create something that's not there with a panic of a rookie quarterback and a lefty. Let's not forget he's a lefty, so everything is
Yeah,
opposite
that changed
for
it,
him
yeah.
as well. So the offensive line, don't get me wrong, they're professionals, but it's still an adjustment period that's going to have to happen. And everybody is going to bring up every time he come in, he looked pretty good. Nobody's
Oh.
playing their real defense and nobody is game planning for him.
But
But as soon as they know that he's starting, that game plan is going
Okay.
to be freaking crazy.
But what about if you just throw him in the middle of the game? Like I say, it's looking
Yeah.
anemic, and you just throw him in. And if you Stefanski and you have, okay, you can't run the same play calls that. Why don't you have some play calls that's designed for Dylan? I hate. And I ain't gonna even sit here in front though. I'm still mad that I gotta look at him to be the savior, which I really don't. I'm looking for Shador to come in, but I gotta go through this whole song and dance to with him, so he got to be the first one out. I'm having a hard time, but I just want to see something different. If I got to sit here for 3 hours on a Sunday, there's much better things
Yeah.
I could do on a Sunday. And I'm like, yo, if at least give me something, some hope. Look, I'm just a fan watching. I'm not even one of these defensive players that's balling their ass off, and I can't get
Yeah.
something reciprocated in return.
Mhm.
Like, yo, that would make me even more frustrated. And at some point, like, man, I'm like, they gonna check out.
So that goes back to your question last week. You asked, was it sustainable? And that's why I said no, because they're going to be on the field too long. They was on the field way too long last game. Way too long.
It's funny
And
though
they
because
still did a damn good job, but this was only game 4.
somehow in the time of possessions though, we win the possession battle somehow. We have the ball more than they do somehow. Is that they scoring quicker or what is that? I mean,
Absolutely,
because
it's scoring quicker. You got to
I
throw
was
in that
looking.
punt return, touchdown, all that.
Oh yeah, that was killer. Yeah, that was killer. That
That's
was
what I'm
killer.
saying.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
but
like, man, if I'm like the Leafs got to be short. For me, I'm gonna say this because if you have Joe Flacco, just imagine 6 interceptions in 3 games. What these games would have looked. Wait a minute, is it 3 or 4? 4.
4 games.
4
Mhm.
games in 4 games. Just imagine in these 3 losses, what it would have looked like if he not turned over the ball. What a difference that makes just right there on his own. Because you look at this last game right here, there's 2 interceptions that led to 14 points right there. And then if your special teams tighten up and don't give up that touchdown, that's 21 right there.
We
Look at
still
the game.
lose.
We still lose, but we're in a
Yeah.
more competitive situation. It's anything can happen if you looking at what the final score was, what, 34-10, take off
34-10.
21 points. That's 13-10. We looking at something more competitive going down in the fourth quarter if you just don't turn over the ball. And I understand the offensive line ain't helping them. The receivers ain't helping them. But if you could still, through all that, if you could just not turn over the ball, how much better that would, because even if you play, what is it called, E?
Complimentary
Oh,
football.
God. Yeah, but what is it like when you
What,
and
balance?
I'm drawing a blank when you
A
trying to
balanced attack.
no the field
Field
position
position?
game. Yeah,
Oh,
you play the
yeah.
field position game. If you could just be enough of a game manager, we could play field position, try to work the field position because we got a pretty good punter in Bajorquez who
That's in
beat
the
on like
league.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
league.
Yeah, he
But-
boomed that boy.
Yeah, I'm like, if we could just not turn over the ball and we could just play the field position game and Joe be a little bit more of a game manager and we can somehow help him out as receivers and actually catch the balls when our
Man, they gotta
opportunities
catch the
come.
ball. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe we got something. So I digress though.
But
And
you gotta catch it. Go ahead, E. You had the hand up.
all of that you just said sounds awesome, but it always comes back to that man that is the head coach of this football team. I don't trust him to do nothing you just said. What you said sounds awesome. I totally agree with it. I just don't trust him to do none of that. In order to play the way that you just said with the field position and everything, which I agree to as well, use the punter as the weapon, use that defense as the bigger weapon than they already are. You need Jim Tressel. He was the master at the field position game and winning a championship out of it. Every game that they had in that 0-2 season was nail biters right down to the finish, but the one side of the ball made a play for the other side of the ball, which led to a win or a stop and a win or a field goal at the end or a 4th and 12 with Michael Jenkins connecting and Purdue with that 4th and long. I just don't trust him to do it, man. I think it's impossible for him to do it because that means he would actually have to coach in the game and not just have those pregame scripts that he put together on Thursday or Friday. He actually has to watch the game and adjust to what his eyes are seeing, and he just can't do it. So I don't trust it.
Yeah, but one thing, man, and I gotta come back, man, because look, if Kevin Stefanski called a play, Joe Flacco throw the ball and the receiver drop it. I mean, the receivers did drop a lot. I mean,
Absolutely.
they dropped a lot, and it's demoralizing because it's hard to get anything going. And Judy, man, shame on Judy, man, because some of them is hit. I mean, they hitting them right in the hands. There's no excuse.
Mhm.
You got one job, catch the damn ball. So it's kind of hard. I know I'm beating up on Joe, but now I'm looking at it. It's all of them, man. It's all of them because they got to catch it. If they don't catch it, you can't put that on Stefanski, or you can't put
No.
that on the quarterback. So
You
they gotta help. They gotta
But
help.
look at those numbers, though. You always say you're a numbers guy.
That's
So
true.
Judy had
I
about
am.
what, 2 drops this game, 2 or 3?
I can't. Where can I go to find? I'm trying to find all the drops because I
Yeah,
remember
I
two.
don't know where you can go. Let's
Yeah.
just say 3. All right, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Say he had 3
9
drops.
targets and 3 receptions is what I see.
So that don't necessarily mean he has 6 drops.
Right.
So like I said, we'll just say 3 because he might have had like an air throw here for 3, and then he dropped 3, and then he caught the 3. So that's the 9, right? So then Harold Fanning had that drop, and I think Tillman had 1 or something. So altogether, that's 7 plays. Add that to how many plays we actually ran. So that's still the plays that we actually ran that Stefanski is still calling the plays for, still outweighs the drops. But I totally agree with you. It's momentum. They need to make these plays.
Yeah.
It will help the offense in a major way, but it still is overshadowed by the leader.
Yeah, the leader, somebody's head gonna roll, and his head will roll probably if we are awful this year.
And
his head will probably roll.
And that's why I think he's sticking with Joe as long as he can, because his job is on the line now. He does not want Dylan Gabriel to be the, like
That makes
you said,
sense.
the savior of his job now, because he ain't gonna be able to keep no job if he put him in now, and we got the rest of the season to deal with that. So that's why I said in that preview episode that we had, the bye week. The bye week is going to be huge at week 9. I think that's when the switch is going to happen, because he'll have that extra week of practice. So I still think that that's when they're going to make the switch. The switch is coming. It's inevitable. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, the bye week.
And I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under. If that's where we setting the over-under at, I'm going under. I think it is going to have to be before then.
You think it's happening this game's in?
I won't. If it looks this bad, I could see him going to a switch. It didn't take long for now. Granted, their quarterback is a first-round draft pick, and ours is a third-round draft pick. But
talking about Jackson,
yeah, but at some point, enough is enough, and the outcries is just gonna be too loud to where it can't be ignored. And Jimmy Haslam seems like a owner that listens to his fan base. And so I could see him saying, all right, fellas, like, all right, we got to do something before the bye week. I think the bye week is just going to be too long unless they truly, truly trying to tank this season. And the crazy thing about it is there's a shot in this division, because
it is
Cincinnati is down without Joe Burrow. The Steelers ain't looking as good as their record might indicate. Mike Tomlin just Mike Tomlin right now, but Aaron Rodgers ain't looking all that great at quarterback. Their defense is still good, but offensively, it's not nothing to write home about.
They put up 24 points. I'll take that. They put up 24.
But guess what? They put up 24. They were able to put up 24 because of that defense, and because honestly, Aaron Rodgers did he throw for 200 yards? Dang, I'm off the top of the head, but I know 80 of them came in one play to DK Metcalf. So the rest of that game looked pedestrian. And so that's why I'm like, hey, they're not a world beater. The Baltimore Ravens, they losing players left and right on their defense, on a defense that was already suspect to begin with.
Yeah.
So they not world beaters. If we could just get something together, man, we can actually give ourselves a chance. But look, we done ran long on this one. I didn't know I had this much in me when it came to the
got that passion, Zen. Yeah, you on my hat, Zen. Dang it.
Hey,
you did it.
Who Homer Simpson now?
Right. I'm here too. He over.
but yeah, hey, let's go ahead. Let's wrap on this one. Also this weekend, the NFL announced their finalists for the 2026 Hall of Fame class. And shout out to Rick, who's jet setting again on vacation, for sending us this video from Football Fanstorian on Instagram. He posed an interesting question. So I want y'all fellas to take a listen.
The Pro Football Hall of Fame has a big problem. The Hall of Fame just announced its nominees for the class of 2026. There are 128 modern era nominees, but the rules say a maximum of 5 can be admitted to this year's class. And that's a problem. because I count at least 28 Hall of Famers on the list. 3 players on this list are top 5 in all-time major categories. Add the all-time points leader and the all-time returns leader, and that's 5. They should be in. 3 players on the list have 5 or more first-team All-Pros. They were the best player in the entire league at their position for half a decade. They should be in too. 20 more players were named All-Decade by the Hall itself. Players the Hall has already said were the best at their position in their era. That's 28 total, and that doesn't even count any other player that may have a case. They have to pick 5, and it's impossible, and they should change the process. But in the meantime, who are your 5? Put your take in the comments.
All right.
Hey, that's crazy. Because what the hell did I text you, Zan, when you sent that list? I was like, we got to pick 5 out of this?
Yes. So this is gonna be tough, and there's some names on this, just to run it a couple of them by the people. So we got Drew Brees, we got Phillip Rivers in this, we got Frank Gore, we got Sean Alexander, we got LaShawn McCoy, who was a all-decade player, if people did not know. We got Larry Fitzgerald, Torrey Holt, we got Greg Olsen, Jason Witten, we got Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs, Jeff Saturday, Marquise Pouncey. It's the list goes on and on and on when it comes to this. It's gonna be a hard job to try to come up with 5 off of this. So, hey, shout out to our jet setter again, Rick. So I gotta look. He wanted to he said I can't be a part of the conversation, but I need y'all to tell the people who my selections would be. So. Now, Rick, he had an interesting group of selections. So his group was for quarterback. He said he was going to go with Drew Brees. Then he selected a running back. He chose Eddie George. Then at wide receiver, he went with Larry Fitzgerald. And then offensive lineman, he went Jeff Saturday. And then he went with T. Sizzle for a linebacker. So all in all, he went 4 offensive players and 1 defensive player. I was like, not a bad list. Eddie George kind of surprised me. I was like, Eddie George is good. He's real good. I could see him definitely being there in one day. But when the lineup is that stacked, I was like, I don't know if Eddie George makes the cut. I don't know if he makes the cut. And also with Jeff Saturday as well, too. But look, my brother ain't here to defend himself, so I ain't going to rag on his list too bad. So, but who did y'all select for your 5?
All right. Well, I'll jump in there. So my number 1 was Josh Cribbs. And I'm happy my man said all-time returner. He is tied for the all-time touchdown returns for punt returns. So Josh Cribbs. We got Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, and Jamal Lewis. 2 Browns made the list. Hey, man. All-time returner. The man just said it too on the clip you played. He just said the same thing. He is smart. I got somebody else to guess it.
Look, you was coming with that BS. He dropped off the car. It's like, hold on, I can't take no more.
There ain't no BS. The man just said it in his clip. He said he should be in there already. The clip you just played, he said all-time returner should be already in the Hall of Fame. He literally just said it. Hey, Josh Cribbs.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he heard all.
I heard that craziness. I heard the craziness
so quick.
I'm gonna go
all-time returner. I repeat it. Oh, okay. You need me to repeat it? Or no? You got the gist of it. I went Cribbs, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, and Jamal Lewis.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. I'm gonna go with Vince Wilfork. I'm also go with Thomas Davis, and then I'm also go with Adam Vinatieri.
Y'all both going with a kicker. I'm like, I feel that's gonna be hard to make the cut. First,
Not
yeah,
only that, but he was a great kicker in a great era on a team that dominated, and he had a big part to do with it.
in a lineup that was this stacked.
Yep.
Oh man, Vince Wilfork. One day, I just
Took a
can't
lot
give
of
it to
kicks.
you, Vince, man. So, all right. So here's my five. My five: Drew Brees, Frank Gore, Larry Fitzgerald. I can't believe he didn't make it the first time. Luke Kuechly and Terrell Suggs. So I'm going 3 and 2. And the reason I'm going with Frank Gore, a lot of people are like, man, Frank Gore. Frank Gore is third all time in rushing yards. Now, you might say, well, he never had like a breakout season. It was more like he was a compiler of stats. Hey, I don't care how you get it done, but you got it done. And the reason I say that, I look at baseball when it comes to Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron is the all-time home runs leader. Hey, I understand Barry Bonds is technically it, but he kind of cheated for it. So I still look at Hank Aaron as the all-time home runs leader. My man was a all-time home runs leader. Never had a season where he hit 50 home runs. The most he hit in one season was 47. And it's just over time. He compiled it to where he became the home run king. And that's where Frank Gore is for me, man. Season of just consistency, season after season after season. Even when he was considered out of his prime, he was still able to be a productive back. And when it's all said and done, he lands at number 3 on the rushing yards list. So he has to be on there for me. And then T-Sizzle, the rest of them, I think they self-explanatory. But yeah, that one I know probably I would put where I disagree with Rick, where I'll put Frank Gore in ahead of Eddie George.
I like that. I mess with Frank Gore, man, but he got plenty of time. He'll be back.
You say he still ain't gonna get it. He probably won't, but
Yeah.
that's just me. That's just me. Because I had a hard time. I was like, well, Larry Fitzgerald, man, and I was looking at that list. Oh, I was looking at that list, and I was just like, Steve Smith Sr. needs to be in there. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Torrey Holt still ain't made it in. I was looking at them just the wide receivers, but I was like, man, you only get 5. I was like, and Larry being Larry, I was like,
17,000
You
yards
can't deny
receiving.
that.
Come on, man.
yeah. That's why I say there's I
Yeah,
can't see them putting in multiple wide receivers unless it was a weaker class, and it's not a weak class at none whatsoever. Josh Cribbs, I'm sorry, B. Not when you got heavy hitters like that.
How?
Look,
He on the
Do
all-time
you know
return.
only returner to ever make it was Devin Hester? And I'm like, man, do you know what he had to do? Man, he had to move heaven and earth just to get in there, man. There's no way in the world. Josh Cribbs should just be honored for the consideration. That's what he should be honored that he's actually even being put on that list.
Man.
It
So wait a minute. So was I hearing stuff? Then what was the dude talking about? You played the clip. I heard him say the all-time
think it was-
returner who should already
think it was
be
him.
in the Hall of Fame.
I want to
Who is
say
he
it was
talking about?
somebody from the
Returner of what?
Redskins.
yeah, that's what he showed. It was one of the Redskin jerseys, number 80.
Oh,
Look,
well, my
but it
80
wasn't
was
Josh
there.
Cribbs. It wasn't Josh Cribbs. I
Yeah,
knew
no,
you
it wasn't
somehow,
Josh
some way you was gonna go homer on me.
Who was?
But
Brian Mitchell.
Yeah, but he
that's the
all
one that
time. I mean, he on
that
the all
he
time
was
list.
talking
Brian
about.
Mitchell.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
That's what
Brian
he was
Mitchell.
talking about. All right.
Is he?
I
Is
don't know.
he? How many touchdowns he returned? Is he the one that's tied with Cribbs for 8? That's the top number right now. 8. Cribbs
might be
tied with
him.
somebody.
But
It
he
might
was a
be.
hell of a player,
Let's see.
though. Brian Mitchell was a hell of a player.
Yeah. Josh Cribbs, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's
All
plenty
that
of
you
time. He
did.
can still get in. This is the first nomination. He got time. He gonna be on the ballot.
Brian Mitchell. He only had 4 kickoff return touchdowns. Josh Cribbs has doubled that. Okay, Josh Cribbs
It-
wins.
Don't.
And it led
Josh
to how
Cribbs
many
wins.
wins, B? Like, man.
7.
I mean,
Impact
but hold on. Are you going back with that?
minimum minimum impact. With all this, it's just minimum impact. That's why I said Devin Hester, he had to do these types of returns for touchdowns in pivotal games for the Bears to actually win some of these games. Josh Cribbs,
to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, to get to the Super Bowl. He even scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl when they was getting, as y'all was been saying, which is going to be the title of this episode, belt the ass, because y'all kept saying it over and over again. That's going to be the title.
BTA.
You know what I'm saying? The Bears was getting belt the ass by the Colts. And, hey, out of nowhere, here come Devin. Woo. Scored him a touchdown. So, nah.
That was punt returns, though. I mean, that's cute, but punt returns easier than kickoff returns.
I was about to
Just
say,
because I just said
what is
so.
the logic in that?
They are easier. Nothing. There's no logic. I just made it up. BTA.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
Browns.
All right. Look, we got passionate about them Browns. I had a couple questions about some of these games on Saturday. I mean, not Saturday, on Sunday. Because after that 40-40 draw with the Cowboys and the Packers, people have been up in arms. It's like, I was like, man, do the NFL need to look at or give strong consideration to going to the college football overtime rules?
No, just don't let it end in a tie. How are you the only league in the world that ends in a tie? It's stupid.
Yeah,
ready to go.
I don't get it.
I think it's the TV money. They like, yo, we can't preempt another game. It's going to the next game. So if it's a 1:00 game and it's going into overtime and it's the game of the week at 4:00, they got coming up next. And like, yo, but it's the game of the week. This is gonna draw more ratings. We need this over with now. So I think that's why they
can still switch to it and still let them play and just show the end of the game later and say, hey, this is what happened to that overtime game.
Ooh,
it's not that hard.
People wouldn't be like, but it was an overtime game. People in this day and age, man, people will be outraged. Right. They get outraged over anything, and that's something easily to get outraged over. But that was an overtime game.
That will help them with more money with the league ticket and the red zone, so they can pump that. If you don't want to miss this overtime game, get the league ticket.
But you know what? The crazy thing about it, the Sunday ticket, you paid that much money. And look, we going a little long. All right, I'm going to say this, and we're going to get to this post-game work. You paid this much money for the Sunday ticket, and you got to go to the local channel to watch that game. So it's like, so that's going to be the game of the week. So it's not going to be available on your Sunday ticket lineup. You're going to turn to it and they'll be like, yes, tune in to your local affiliate. You be like, yo, like I paid this much money. I should have them right there in my list of games. No problems. Bing, bing, bing. It don't matter if it's on a local channel or not. When you pay that much money, it's what we was just talking about. It's like $400 or something like that.
$329.
$329. Great. And then they want you to have the nerve and the audacity to charge you another $100 if you happen to miss the game and you want to watch the replay of it. Hey, that's another $100 for you. Yeah, yeah, man.
What?
It's crazy.
In the wonderful words of my main man Curtis Blow, these are the breaks.
For real. All right, man. I'm off my soapbox, Coachy. I'm off. All right. Look, good pod. I didn't think I was going to be talking this much. But hey, Coach E.
Yo, Guardians in?
Yes. World champions. We coming. World Series. Here we come. You got a post-game word for the people?
Yes, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, take a knee, all eyes on me. Today's word is look at yourself. Go ahead, look at yourself. Find the mirror closest to you. Look yourself dead in the eye. You're not where you wanted to be by this time. You put a deadline on what you wanted to do and where you wanted to be in life. But look at yourself. Look how far you came. Look at the growth that you went through to get to where you are compared to where you started this journey at. So it's not about your end destination. It's about the journey that you're on to get to your end destination. So look at yourself. Be happy with yourself. Be proud of yourself, of where you become and who you've become and how far you still have to go. So cherish that journey. Go ahead and finish that journey, but take your time and enjoy where you are. Be proud of yourself. Look at yourself.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. Yes, the Guardians do play again tomorrow. We will get a win. We will win this series. And the Browns will go over to London for a party, and they will get the victory too. I'm just acting like Homer Simpson. See how it fits on me. I don't like the way it does. The Browns will lose. Until then, see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.